Hi everybody, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about some questions I got from customers in the past week. They were really good questions, so I want to address those. The first one is from Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, for asking. Hi, how are you? She asked me how we can tell when people who have passed over are around us. So some of you guys know this about me, some of you may not. This all started for me when I was 4 years old. I was at my mom's friend's house. I saw a man, I was a little kid, described the man to my mom and her friend. Turns out the man was my mom's friend's father who had died in Germany years before I was even born. So obviously then one thing led to another. This is what I do for a living. But the difference between a medium and a psychic, some people know this, some people may not know this. A medium is able to tap into and communicate with people who have passed over. A psychic is somebody who predicts the future. So basically a psychic is going to tell you about your love life, about your kids, about your career, all that stuff, warn you about what's to come. I predominantly and primarily work as a psychic, although I do some medium stuff. I don't market myself as a medium. However, I am hired to do shows and events, and last year I did a show in San Diego, and 95% of what I did on stage was medium stuff. And I kept saying I'm not a medium, I'm just here to answer psychic questions, but I couldn't control it. And I find that with the medium stuff, I can't control it as much as I can control the psychic stuff. They come in when they feel like coming in. So back to the original question, because I know I'm already talking probably a little bit too much. Some of the ways you can tell. The first way is peripheral vision. If you guys have ever seen something out of the corner of your eye, a lot of times that's somebody around you. And this is not meant to scare you, because when they're coming in to visit, it's always a protective thing. It's always letting you know that they're there. But just don't get freaked out if you see that. And most of you probably have seen that at some point or another. Another one of the ways that you can tell is through dreams. And one of the interesting things about dreams is that when they visit you through a dream, they're looking usually pretty good. It doesn't matter what was going on at the end of their life. Even if they were 95 years old, they're looking like 35, 36 in good health, stuff like that. Remember, out there, they don't deal with the same issues that we deal with here with gravity and health stuff and all that kind of stuff that we deal with on this planet. And like I talked about in my last video, spirits are high vibrational. So that affects electricity. So oftentimes I'll see blinking lights, or I've talked to people who have seen blinking lights, and that's their loved ones letting them know they're around. I also believe in signs, especially signs in nature and music. So if you get in your car and you hear a song and you're thinking about somebody that passed away and that song was their favorite song, or listen to the words, because oftentimes they're trying to communicate with you through the words of that song. So try to pay attention to those little things around you that are going on. And those are some of the ways. Of course, I've talked to people who have found pennies, people who have found feathers. Everybody has their unique system with people that have passed away to know that they're around them. And feel free to talk with them, communicate with them, and have them help you, guide you through some things too. So, that's not really crazy, because you can do that. You can kind of get that feeling. Usually when people feel they're around, they are. So, the next question that Sandy asked, and this was another good question, and I had done a video last week on the planet Uranus and intuitive flashes with Uranus, and how a lot of times that causes anxiety with people. And she had asked me, does this affect firefighters, people in nurses, police officers? And what I found as an astrologer is that yes, it does, because quite often these people that are in those professions have a strong Uranus, especially with Uranus and Mars, because you remember Uranus is all things sudden. So you can think, I've had plenty of friends that have been in these professions, and plenty of customers that are like an ER nurse or an ER doctor. They're always expecting the unexpected. That's very Uranian, and these people do very well under pressure, just like police officers do, and just like anybody in the fire department would do, because you can't plan a fire, you can't plan a crime, you can't plan an accident, but these people do really well under pressure. So that's a strong Uranus thing. Those people do work very well under pressure. Then I had another question from Diana, and she was telling me that her and her really good friend will be thinking about each other, and one will text the other one when the other one's about to call. She was asking me if this is a psychic thing. For sure it is. Whenever we're close with somebody, we are communicating with them at all times without necessarily using our words and stuff like that. So as you guys know, you can wake up in the morning, think about somebody, go to the store 20 minutes, you run into them. All of that stuff is psychic ability to a certain degree. So definitely focus in on that and, have fun with it. But personally, it happens with me all the time too. I'll be thinking about somebody, getting ready to call them. They'll be texting me right as I'm getting ready to call them. So this is all psychic kind of stuff. I think I answered the main three ones I was trying to get at. Please continue to ask me questions, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you can get notifications whenever I do another video. Next time, I'm going to be focusing on the midheaven in astrology and our career, because a lot of times people have a lot of career questions for me, and I want to explain how different planets can impact the kind of career you go into. Also, I do get I am getting a lot of new customers right now, so definitely go to the reservation page at joannagerardpsychic.com, fill out the new client form. I also just wrote something new about how to make the most of your reading with me. So if you want to get that too, that's also on my website, because I do work a little bit differently than a lot of people out there, so it kind of gives you an idea. And of course, check out my media page where you can see the TV and radio things I've been on. But thank you so much, you guys, and basically until next time.